MacGruber is coming to Peacock, people. America's ultimate hero is back to save the world. One throat rip at a time. And you have to stream MacGruber right now, based on the cult favorite movie and the iconic SNL sketch, only on Peacock. Go to peacocktv.com to sign up. And the man who's making all of our MacGruber dreams come true, right here on the Mercedes-Benz Vans phone line, one of our favorites, Will Forte, back on the Rich Eisen Show. How you doing, Will?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing better for talking to you. I miss your voice.
You
know, man. I miss your voice, and I think of you every single time I get $3 checks for 22 Jump Street. You know? That's what I think of. My residuals.
I always forgot that we got to do that together.
Yes, the day we did voice work. What do we call it? What do we call it in Hollywood? ADR work? Is that what it is? Do we do voice work?
ADR work? Voiceover work? I don't know. Either one I think works.
I call it a good hang time. That's what I call it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what I call it.
Good to see you. I haven't said it felt like before COVID we'd always see each other for the Big Slick.
Big Slick, I know. I know.
It's been too long.
It has been. Well, I got to tell you, it's great to see MacGruber back. It's great to see MacGruber. So walk me through the genesis. When did you first pitch MacGruber in a writer's room or come up with the idea? I need to know the genesis of MacGruber is basically what I'm saying.
Okay, so Jorma Taccone, who was one of the Lonely Island guys, he had the original idea. He just said, this is a character. He's MacGyver's less talented brother. And he pitched it to me and my buddy John Solomon. And we kept thinking it didn't sound like a good idea, which he kept pitching it, though, every week to us to try to write it for that week's show. And we finally, just to kind of get him to shut up, we agreed to do it. And thank God we did, because we're all happy with we always like getting to do it. And it's pretty crazy to think. I mean, this is back in 2007.
Yeah.
And I don't think anybody, including us, ever thought that it would still be alive in some form in 2021. So.
And here we are, of course, because it's timeless, it's ageless. So, who came up with the name MacGruber? How did that?
The name was also MacGruber was the name of it from the get-go in Jorma's pitch. But he had, I guess, in fairness to us, I think he was pitching it to us as a live sketch on the show.
Yes.
And then once we finally agreed to write it, we all three of us came up with the idea of it being more of a short film, which was in three parts each week.
Well, I think that's what makes it. You can't blow stuff up. You can't get the big explosive finale. If you're doing it as a live sketch, that just doesn't work that way. So I understand that. So you workshopped
really
it.
Funny. I look back now. I had to look. Somebody showed me the very first one we ever did with Jeremy Piven, and I watch it and I go like, how did they even let us make a second?
Why, it doesn't hold up?
It's just every step of the way has been a big surprise. Every time you think it's like the last you'll see of MacGruber, and we're like a little, we're a television cockroach, I guess.
Okay, so who's in charge of pitching Sam Elliott and showing him MacGruber? Who's in charge of that to get him roped in? Will, was that you?
Oh man, you know what? We had these amazing casting directors, and we would have never known to go to Sam Elliott because we just would have assumed, Sam Elliott would never do it. and I mean, I don't know how we got him, but he's exactly what you want Sam Elliott to be too. You meet him and you just have in your head, I think everyone has in their head what they think Sam Elliott will be like, and he's just exactly that plus some. It's just we all fell in love with the guy, and I wish I lived with them.
Well, I mean, you had to at least get him to record your outgoing message on your phone, right? Something like that.
I didn't. I blew it, and I didn't ask him.
Oh, man. That's an opportunity right there. One of the greatest voices of all time, Sam Elliott.
Oh yeah.
Oh, my God.
And I tried to work on my impersonation of him, but I don't do as good a one. Jorma Taccone can do an amazing one.
Is that right? And you got Lawrence Fishburne locked in, man. This is fun. This is good stuff, brother. That's great. It's
great. And already, and then you got Kristen Wiig coming back and Ryan Phillippe. It was, it was a very fun summer. It was like adult summer camp.
MacGruber can be seen on Peacock. It premieres today, only on this streaming service where you can see the Rich Eisen Show. We're on NBC Sports on Peacock every day from 12 to 3 Eastern time. I'm sorry, that's just a knee-jerk thing. I didn't mean to use your show that you're here to promote to just start promoting how you can see my show, which people are watching right now on the service. I don't quite understand what I just did. I apologize, Will.
It's a win. The more popular Peacock becomes, the more people will see both of our shows.
MacGruber is raising all boats before blowing it to smithereens, is basically what you're saying.
Or I would say that Rich Eisen is raising
Thank you, Will. I really appreciate that. Here's what we need to do. How can MacGruber light the Al Davis torch in Las Vegas, Nevada before a Raiders game? How do we do that? What do you think?
I haven't been yet. I haven't gotten to see. I hear that the new stadium is just awesome.
I have not been yet either. There's a club that's in the end zone where people are just partying. I don't know if you're aware that happens in Las Vegas, Nevada. But that's there. But we should get you to light the torch as MacGruber. I think that would be something. And Brockman, how would that pitch to Mike Mayock go if I actually called Mayock and said I got Will Forte as MacGruber? He's a big fan of the Raiders. How would that go?
I'm guessing that Mike had seen MacGyver, so you would have to kind of start there.
That's true.
And just be like, well, no, it's not actually MacGyver. We don't have Harry Dean Anderson or whatever his name was. Richard, same thing. And it's just like, but it's like his not as talented brother. Yeah, but not his real brother.
We couldn't go too deep. We couldn't get too deep. Well, maybe I should let you do the pitching.
Sorry,
I don't know.
I know for sure that that would start by him saying, "Who? Who? Be a lot of who?"
No, he would think Will Forte was like a cornerback that he missed when he went to that Colorado-Nebraska game.
Right.
Like he needs
Should
to
I have
grind
been
tape.
scouting Will Forte?
He needs to be grinding tape on Will Forte.
What's his 40 time?
Oh man, that always makes me think because I'm a Raider fan and
yes.
I always wanted to see somehow Matt Forte get there to the Raiders so I could have a Raiders jersey with Forte on it.
Now, that brings us to something we constantly talk about here, Will, is that grown individuals cannot wear a jersey with somebody else's name on it. But if you wear a jersey with your own name on it, that is doable. Is that what I'm saying, Chris? Did I blow it?
Yeah, like if Matt Forte did play for the Raiders, it would be cool if Will got a Matt Forte jerseys, same last name. That's acceptable.
That you'd make the loophole.
That's not the consensus opinion.
Or if I was a Tampa Bay fan and my name was Will Gronkowski,
yes,
I could wear a Gronk jersey.
Well, you'd change your name to that, Will, because you're a committed fan. That's how you are. That's how deep you are.
Well, I guess maybe I would have to marry Rob Gronkowski and take his name.
That is definitely that's also part of that. That's doable. That's doable.
That's one of the options.
Again,
I guess there are several ways to do it.
We're just assuming it all takes place in Vegas. You never know. So, well, this is fantastic. Everything else good with you? Life is good? Everything else? Anything else that's going on in your world?
You want? I'm recently married.
Hey.
We got a beautiful little daughter, Zoe. She's 10 months old, 10 months and 1 day old.
Congrats.
And she's just, it's the best. It's the best. I mean, you always hear what fatherhood is like, and it just is better than you hear.
Have you found yourself?
But I understand why, because it's just like you can't explain it.
Exactly. You would give everything.
Gotta go through it.
Everything. You'd give everything for just the happiness of that little being that you have no control over anymore, which can be, wait till, they want an iPhone 12 years from now. But it's okay. Look, but are you crying at commercials now that you never used to, or are you having that sort of moment for you?
Well, I was a big commercial crier anyway, but I think that was like, but for sure, there's another level of nostalgia and sympathy.
It's the way it works, Will.
It sweeps over me watching commercials.
It's the way it works, man. I was applauding the end of Elf the other day with my children. You know what I mean? And I used to watch it as just a whimsical movie. And now I'm like, yeah, that's the way Santa's sleigh takes off. You know, I mean,
I haven't seen one yet. I'm sure it's coming. Those Budweiser Clydesdales.
Here come the king.
Those Christmas commercials with Clydesdales. I'm for sure going to have some waterworks there.
Well, congrats on the nuptials, and I feel like I've missed 2 registries, wedding and baby. So I hope what will suffice is this promotional appearance for MacGruber on Peacock, right here on Peacock.
Oh, this is fantastic. This is perfect.
Tell your wife that's what I've gotten you for your wedding.
She loved that. She'll be very happy with that.
Well, congrats! I'm so psyched. I can't wait to stream all this, man. Congrats on that.
Thank you very much.
Let's
so
stay
good
in touch.
To talk to you. Good to hear your voice.
It's been too long.
I can't wait till I can see you in person again.
Right back at you, Will. You take care of yourself. Congrats again on
Thanks.
this.
You too, Rich.
You got it. Will Forte's MacGruber. He's the writer, EP, and of course MacGruber himself on Peacock. Start streaming it today. MacGruber.
And then something would explode.
I know. Susie and I sometimes we used to walk through the house just saying that. MacGruber. That's just like.
Whereas like MacGyver always got out of the jam.
Of course. MacGruber
only gets in jams.
Unfortunately,
that end disaster.
It was untimely.
Yeah.
Always. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.